Hello, my name is Kathy, and I'm a little sleep deprived, but welcome to my YouTube channel. So, I fought coming on here today. I was just like, I can't. I don't feel good enough. My mood is not good. But you know what? That's life. And so I'm pushing forward, and I will feel better when this is off. I'll feel better because I'll talk to you, and I'll feel better because I have makeup on. So let's do it. Okay? All right. Let's start with a little BB cream. I have been up till 4 or 5 in the morning 3 nights in the last week. And the first 2 nights I functioned pretty well the next day. And the third day, which was yesterday, I just went to pieces. I was just so ill, biting my poor husband's head off. And today, I did sleep last night. The best night's sleep I've had in a week. But I still feel in a deficit. Like my body is just not, it's just not doing well. So I'm pushing through because I do hope to feel better when I'm done. But also, I definitely feel worse just to sit in my recliner and feel sorry for myself. So here we are. I don't know where insomnia comes from. It comes from the devil himself, I'm pretty sure. But I go through seasons of insomnia, and then I go through seasons of sleeping great. So who knows? I'm going to use this again today. I've used it a couple of times, and I've used it with a brush, and it's very, this is an Ilia blush cream, and it's very light. So I'm going to see if I just, gosh, I can't even, there you go. If I apply it directly to the skin and get a little bolder right there, if it will show it better, because I like the color of it. So let's see what happens. I might put that a little high. Oh, I'm thinking about, I'm just using a BB cream as a, by the way, this spot right here is not a spot I didn't get blended in. It's just a red spot, and it's been that way for a very long time. There's nothing there that I can see except a little redness. Never hurts, never itches, it's just there. And one day my husband said, "You got too much blush right there." And I'm like, no, I don't. Okay, I definitely get better color just putting it directly on the skin. I do like the color of it. And it's gonna calm down in a minute. But we'll see if we have to add more after it calms down, or if that's enough. Okay. This is the color. Gosh, I don't have my glasses on, so I guess the color is At Last. That's what it looks like. Okay. So, let's see. Since I talked to you last, I've been furniture shopping, and I found what I wanted at Lazy Boy. I got a sofa with a recliner at each end, and I got 2 chairs. One of them's just a regular chair, and the other one is a rocker, a swivel rocker. Now, I really didn't want the swivel. I had a swivel in my old house, the one before this one. And a couple things I didn't like about it is, first of all, the chair was low to the ground. And this one is not as low to the ground. And the other thing is, it's just too tempting for people to just, especially young kids, to just spin it and spin it and spin it. And that just, I'm old, that's hard. But anyway, it was not a rocker. And when I sat down in this one, I loved the rocker part of it. I love to rock in a rocking chair. And my husband was like, oh, we don't want that swivel. And I said, okay, you sit down in it and then tell me. So he sat down in it and he just got this really relaxed, like, oh, I love this, It's like, see, we need that rocker. So anyway, and I'm sure you can do this at other places too, but at Lazy Boy, you can choose the couch you want and then choose the fabric you want on it. And so I did that. And then I came home and ordered me a rug. It's supposed to be here today. My furniture is not supposed to be here for 6 to 8 weeks. But that's okay. I got what I wanted. And they were having a 30% off of everything in the store for July 4th. Or I wouldn't have been able to get all those pieces. Oh, I also got a recliner for the bedroom. I don't know if what am I supposed to do next? Oh, eyebrows. Okay. I don't know if I've told you this or not, but I sleep in a recliner. I've been sleeping in a recliner for 2 years because of vertigo. I have 2 recliners in the living room that we bought when we moved in here, and they have been a complete piece of junk, both of them. And I will be so glad to get rid of them. But anyway, my husband and I both sleep in there because he doesn't want to sleep in the bedroom without me. And I just cannot sleep in the bed. The worst vertigo I've ever had, and it's happened more than once, is getting up for the first time in the mornings, just sitting up out of bed, and the whole room starts spinning around me, and it's the most out of control feeling I've ever had, and it makes you very nauseous. And then it takes hours and hours. It doesn't take hours for the worst part of it to go away, but it takes hours for all the dizziness to go away. And when I do that, I just have to sit and stare straight ahead all day, because any movement of my head can make it start back. And it's miserable. It's just completely miserable. I'm going to be more careful with these eyebrows today, because sometimes I get off here, I'm just using this big mirror in front of me, and sometimes I get off and I'm looking and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's drawn all outside the, so I'm going to look closer and make it, because I know that if I can see that, other people can see it too. Right? Anyway, okay, so we've both been sleeping in recliners in the living room. I've been sleeping there for 2 years. He joined me a year and a half ago, because he just didn't want to sleep without me, which we're still not sleeping together. We're sleeping in 2 different chairs. But I'm tired of sleeping in the living room. I want to get up out of my bedroom and go to the living room. I want to have a separate place for night and day. So what we're doing is, we have a king size bed in our bedroom, and we're going to replace that with a queen size and a recliner. So I'm going to still sleep in a recliner. Mark can sleep in the bed, but I get to sleep in the bedroom. And I put sheets and a mattress cover on my recliner because, you know, first of all, you sleep, you sweat or whatever, you don't want to get the chair dirty, but also it's just not a comfortable enough fabric to sleep on. So I'm excited. So I got a couch and 2 chairs for the living room and a recliner for the bedroom. I mean, those seem a little bold today, but I like them pretty good. And since buying furniture, I have been inspired to do a little decorating, put some things on the wall. The things on the wall that are in here, that mirror and that picture and that lamp, were all inspired by starting a YouTube channel. There's nothing on the walls. Let's see, is there anything at all on the walls? No, there's nothing on the walls in the rest of the house. And I just haven't been inspired, but new furniture has inspired me. And so I love this house, but it just hasn't felt really homey and cozy. So I'm excited to make it homey and cozy. So I've got me a, I can't think of what I'm doing. Surprise, surprise. I've got me a Amazon wish list going with some decorative pieces. And I've been pulling out my photographs to see what kind of photographs I want on the wall. And I got to get me some frames. So, that's good. That's keeping my mind busy. Okay, what kind of eyeshadow do we want today? I have no idea. No, yes, no. We'll do some brown. Yes, we will do some brown. Wait, I didn't just powder my eyelids. I powdered my other places, but I could do that. This cream eyeshadow that I put on as sort of a primer, it dries all the way down. But since I have spots on my eye that don't like to blend, I like just to have this extra insurance of putting some just loose powder on. What else? I mean, I really got nothing. Insomnia and buying furniture, that's all I got today. So, I don't know. I probably should just be quiet. That was grouchy sounding. I've been very grouchy. If I can get another good night's sleep tonight, I think 2 nights worth of sleep will probably make a difference. The one night helped for sure, but and also I don't think it's just insomnia. Night before last, I took a pill for restless legs, which I've had 3 nights in a week of insomnia. And all 3 nights my legs I just couldn't keep my legs still. It's so annoying. You definitely can't go to sleep like that. So the first 2 nights I just dealt with it and just didn't sleep. But night before last, I don't know, my days are mixed up. Anyway, I took something for restless legs. It helped some. It helped. I still didn't go to sleep till really late, but it was better than staying up all night. But it also leaves me with a hangover. And I also think that's part of the grouchiness that I had. Okay, what am I putting on with this? I don't know. Let's try this. I don't think this is much darker. Okay, so this is what I just used right here. And it's called, it's called HAUX. How do you say HAUX? Faux? You say FAUX is faux. I don't know. Anyway, this one right here is what I originally thought I was going to use on the brow bone, but it was darker than I wanted it to be. So I don't know how much difference there is, but let's try a little bit of this in the corner. Oh yeah, it's definitely darker. Huh. I knew it was darker, but I didn't know if it was dark enough to show up right here. But look, it did. I bought me 2 new shirts yesterday at Target. Just for you. Just for my YouTube, because I've been at home not really living a life for so long that I just don't have a lot of clothes, and it honestly hasn't bothered me. Okay, what's wrong with that? Something. So I just, mostly what I have is these V-neck t-shirts that come from either Target or I think Penny's. I'm not sure. Or Old Navy. Yeah. I love me a V-neck t-shirt. But I just decided I needed other stuff. But anyway, they're not dressy, but they're definitely dressier than a V-neck t-shirt. And so I had full intentions of putting one of those on today, and I just didn't want to. I just wanted my V-neck t-shirt today. That's a comfort to me. Gosh, I'm pathetic. Okay, I think that's enough right there. And let's put a little bit of one of those under my eye. I'll do this first one. I usually, have something specific to talk about, and I really didn't, and I think that's just because my brain is just not functioning right. Actually, let's talk about my brain. So it's obviously not functioning right now because of insomnia, but for several weeks now, my brain has I've not had any mental clarity at all. And, gosh, I put that back. I'm not done with it. I think I'm going to try this today. It's, I don't know. Let's see. It's sort of a champagne. It has just a little bit of shimmer in it. And I have not tried that on the lid of my eye yet. So let's see how I like it. I don't need that. What am I doing? It's a little, it's not exactly the color I like right there, but I think it's okay. Yeah. Let's see what I was gonna say. Yeah, my brain has really been off. In fact, last week I was telling you about what I've been eating, which is not going very well, by the way. But I was telling you about all the diets I've done in the past, and I told you that I had done the whole 28. There is no such thing as the whole 28. It's a whole 30. But where that came from is I knew that I had done, that I had set out to do a whole 30 years ago, and that I didn't make it the whole 30 days. I stopped at 28. I don't know. I probably needed some fast food or something. I ate some junk. But I called it a whole 28, and I told you that I didn't make it the whole 28. I did it 26 days. And when I got it, it never dawned on me that I was saying that wrong until I watched the video back. And I was like, oh my goodness. That's not a whole 28, that's a whole 30. Anyway, it's just been things like that. And typically when I have, you know, a brain lapse or whatever, I catch myself. I have not been catching myself. Last night we were watching, Mark and I were watching TV, and it was a show we'd seen before, but it had been a long time, and we didn't exactly remember what happened. So he said, "Is this the one where blah 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 blah?" And I said, "I don't know." And so in a few minutes, I said, "Oh, I think this is the one where blah 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 blah," which is the same thing he just asked me. And he said, "That's what I just asked you." And I said, "You did?" I said, "I remember you asking me something, but I had no idea that's what you asked me." Y'all, that's scary. What is going on with my brain? So that already happening on top of insomnia, I just felt like a complete crazy person. I mean, I somewhat am, but anyway, okay. Let's do some concealer. I'm going to try putting a little bit more of that than I have been. See what happens. Oh, I think I was going to say this a while ago, and I totally forgot. I've been using just BB cream, but years ago, if I've already said this, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know. I thought of, do you ever have to say to somebody, did I tell you this, or did I just think about telling you this? I have to ask people that all the time. Oh, goodness. Okay. So, years ago, I used a BB cream. It wasn't the one I'm using now. And then I used a powder foundation on top of it, but I just used it lightly. I just took this really fluffy brush and picked up just a little bit. And it gave me, I don't like heavy coverage, but it gave me just a little extra, and I really liked it. So I haven't done that in a long time, and I don't have any of that powder anymore. But I'm thinking about ordering it because I've noticed a lot of, I mean, sometimes, especially on this cheek, it just looks like a rash. I don't know what it is. It's not itching. It's not hurting. It's not always there, but it's really been bothering me. So I'm going to go back to that. I think that what I used to use, that they've changed the formula. It's a direct sales company, Unique. And I believe I've seen where they've changed the formula, which I don't know why people do that, but anyway, I'm hoping I like it. I'm going to try it. And if I don't like it, I'm going to send it back because it's not cheap. Okay? How do my eyes look today? Not too bad. Okay. What's next? Mascara. Let's curl the lashes. Why did I close that? So, how's your sleep? How's your brain? Please do share so that maybe somebody out there understands the craziness of whatever. I don't know what you call it. Life, getting old, insomnia. I don't know. Tomorrow my plan is, let's see, chat books. Have you heard of chat books? I started making just a little small chapbook for each of my grandkids for me, just like coffee table type books. And I guess how many I got done about a year ago. 1. Okay, I have right now I have 8 grandchildren. I'm gonna have 9, so I have a long way to go. But the reason I have to get on it, which I just should have done it anyway, is I paid for a subscription where I get one every month. It was a good, discount to just get one every month. So I did it. And so every month, they've been taking the money out, and every month I have not been making a chapbook. So I got to get on it, because you have 13 months from the time you pay for one to get it made. So I have plenty of time to get them all made, but I don't want to lose them. I paid for them. Plus, I need them as part of my decoration for my living room. So that's my plan, is tomorrow to at least get one made. Do I have the mental clarity to do that or not? I don't know. But I'm going to see. How's this blush doing? I don't think I need to even apply anymore. I'm glad I tried it that way, instead of just using my brush to pick up the product. I was scared to put it straight on my face, because I thought if it ends up being too much, then I'll have a hard time getting the extra off. But anyway, I've used it twice and did not care for it, only because it just didn't show up well enough for me. So now I know how to use it. Let's see, a little more over here maybe. Yeah, I should have done that. That one always shows up longer. So anyway, the reason I said that, talked about the blush again, is because I think today I'm going to use it, try it on my lips. With my liner. I really like this brush. I don't think it was very much. It's LYL Pro. I don't know if you can see that or not. No, but it's too shiny. I like it. So, don't worry, it's not going to stay that dark. Okay, now I'm going to take that same brush. I'm going to clean it off on a paper towel, and I'm going to get some of this and see how I like that for a lipstick. It's not showing up a lot, but it's darker. I must have put more liner than I usually do, because it's a little darker than I like it. I can fix that. Let's see. Maybe that toned it down a little bit. I don't know. And I'll put some more of this lip balm on, which I wish did not have a color. It doesn't have a lot, but it has enough to change the color that you're putting on. But anyway, am I done? I think so. My nose hasn't itched as bad today, but it just started. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm glad I pushed myself to get on here. It's good for me. It's so good for me to have a YouTube channel. I feel like I'm not committed to anybody but myself, but for some reason I'm sticking with it. I feel a sense of responsibility every week to get a video made. And I think it is somewhat fun. I think it's going to be more fun when I have a few more people and we have conversations in the comments, you know, and, you know, when I find my tribe, when I find the people who, you know, just identify with my life in some way or another, it'll be more fun. But I'm just grateful that I finally took the plunge. I had been thinking about it for years, and I finally did it, and I needed it so much. I needed something out in front of me that was something that I was, you know, committed to do. And I've only missed 1 week since I started, and that was the week I had upper respiratory, just coughing my head off. And it killed me to miss that week, but I was like, I can't talk without coughing my head off, so I'm not gonna go on there, and I didn't feel like it anyway. I had fever all that week at night. So anyway, that's the only week I missed, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you again for hanging out with me, and I will see you next week.